Welcome all of you on chemistry study channel Chemiluminescence. In this video, we are going to study regarding nomenclature of aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids from unit number 12, aldehyde, ketones and carboxylic acids. First one we will study nomenclature of aldehydes and carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids are oxidation products of aldehydes. Thus, the name of aldehyde and carboxylic acids are related to each other. If you observe the functional group or the general formula of aldehyde and carboxylic acid, you will observe that there is a difference of one oxygen group only. In carboxylic acid, there is an additional oxygen, and in aldehyde, there is no oxygen, or as compared to acid, there is a one oxygen less. It having a formula RCOH. It having a formula RCOOH. That means if you add oxygen to aldehyde, it will give you carboxylic acid. Hence, carboxylic acid are the oxidation product of aldehyde. Thus, the name of these two compounds are related to each other. Let's first study trivial names of aldehydes and carboxylic acids. Trivial names of carboxylic acids is derived from the source from which they were first isolated. This chart is given. There are three columns. First column is for carboxylic acid, which shows the formula of carboxylic acid. Second column shows trivial names of this acid, and third column shows the source from where they first isolated. The first one is a formic acid. Formic acid in which carboxylic group is attached to a hydrogen. This trivial name formic acid is come from source formica. And this formica is a compound or a acid which is first isolated from ant. Second one is a acetic acid in which methyl group is bonded to a carboxylic group. Acetic acid, it is derived from vinegar or acetum. These words are Latin words. Third one is a propionic acid in which ethyl group is bonded to a carboxylic group. This is first isolated from first fat, that is propion. Next one is a N-butyric acid in which this N-propyl group is bonded to a carboxylic functional group and which is first isolated from deuterium, that is the butter. Let's see the trivial names of aliphatic aldehydes. Trivial names of aliphatic aldehydes are derived by replacing ending IC acid of carboxylic acid with aldehyde, because we knew that carboxylic acid is a oxidation product of aldehyde. Hence, name of aldehyde is derived from carboxylic acid. Let's see with the help of example. First one is a formic acid, and this first member of aldehyde is a formaldehyde. If you observe the difference between all these carboxylic acid and aldehydes, there is a difference of only one oxygen. Let's see how the names are derived. The formic acid having formula HCOOH, and from that we can derive the name of this compound, which is a formaldehyde, by replacing IC acid of this formic acid with aldehyde. Hence, it is a formaldehyde. Next is a CH3COH, which is from acetic acid. We replace the IC acid of this acetic acid by aldehyde. Hence, it becomes a acetaldehyde. Next one is a CH3CH2CHO, which having a name propanaldehyde, which is derived from propionic acid. Next one is a N-butyraldehyde, which is derived from the name N-butyric acid. Next one is a oxalic acid having two carboxylic groups attached to each other, and from this oxalic acid we derived the name oxaldehyde. If you observe the difference between these two, there are two carboxylic acids bonded to each other, and here two formyl groups are bonded to each other, which having another name glyazole. In this way, we can derive the trivial names of aliphatic aldehyde from carboxylic acid. Let's see the next, when the branch is present in side chain which is bonded to a functional group of carboxylic acid or a aldehyde. In both compounds, that is in aldehyde and ketones, if substrates are present on side chain or branching is present on side chain, then the position of substrate is indicated by Greek numerals alpha, beta, gamma and so on. The carbon atom adjacent to carbonyl carbon, that is next to the carbonyl carbon, is labeled as a alpha, and the next one is beta, and so on. Let's see with the help of example. Here the first one, we have to identify whether it is a acid or whether it is a aldehyde. Here carboxylic functional group is present, hence this compound is a acidic compound. In this compound, if you observe the functional group, it is CHO, which is a formyl group, hence it is a example of aldehyde. First we have to label the carbon or the substituent by Greek numerals, that is alpha, beta and gamma. If you observe, the carbon which is next to a functional group is the alpha carbon. Then the next one is a beta and the next one is a gamma. In this way, we can label these carbons. Here also, this is a functional group, hence the carbon adjacent to this functional group or this carbonyl carbon is the alpha carbon. Next to this is a beta and next to this is a gamma. Maybe this one can gamma or this one can gamma. But if we consider this methyl group as a substituent, hence we are giving this carbon as a gamma carbon. From this, we can derive the name of this compound. Hence, the name of this compound is beta methyl butyric acid, because at beta carbon methyl substituent is present. Hence, first write the name of substituent and with their locant, that is the position. It is present at beta carbon, hence it is a beta methyl, and the longest chain having 3 carbon, and this one is the fourth one, hence this is a butyric acid. And from this name, we can derive the name of this aldehyde. Also in this, at beta position or at beta carbon, methyl substituent is present, it is a beta methyl butyraldehyde. In this way, we can give a name to aldehyde and carboxylic acid. Let's study IUPAC names of aldehydes and carboxylic acid. First, aliphatic aldehyde. The name of aliphatic aldehyde, that is IUPAC name of aliphatic aldehyde, is derived from alkane. That is the name of alkane by replacing E of that alkane by Al. Hence, it becomes a alkanal. And aliphatic, for aliphatic carboxylic acid, similarly, E of alkane is replaced by IOC of acid, IOC acid. Hence, it becomes a alkanoic acid. The second rule we have to be remembered that the first, select a parent chain, and parent chain should contain a functional group, and it should be a longest chain which contains a functional group, that is the formyl group or a carboxylic group, depending on the corresponding functional group. And the carbon of that functional group, that is formyl group or a carboxylic group, always numbered 1. And the name of substituent, if substituents are present on the alkyl chain or the longest hydrocarbon chain, then include their name along with its locant. Let's see with the help of example. These are the two examples. In first example, CHO group is present, which is a functional group, which is a formyl group, hence it is a aldehyde. In second compound, COOH functional group is present, hence it is a acid. And we know that there is no substituent, hence this longest chain is the main parent chain, and we have to give the functional group carbon as a carbon number 1, that is the carbonyl carbon, always numbered 1. And if it is a number 1, then it is a number 2, this one is number 3, and this one is number 4. Similarly, in acid also, the carbon which is a part of the functional group is the carbon number 1, then next carbon is the carbon number 2, next carbon is the carbon 3, and this one is the carbon number 4. And we have to derive the name of these two compounds from the name of alkane. And we know that if 4 carbons is present in alkane family, the name of compound is butane. So, for deriving the name of this compound, we have to replace the E of that butane by Al. Hence, the name of this first compound is a butanal. And the name of this compound is also derived from the butane by replacing E of butane by OIC acid. Hence, the name of this compound is butanoic acid. In this way, we can derive the IUPAC name of aliphatic aldehyde and aliphatic carboxylic acid. When two formyl group or carboxyl functional group are present at the two ends of the chain, then at that time we have to derive the name of aldehyde in the format alkane diol. Means whatever the alkane or hydrocarbon chain present in that compound, write its name according to alkane and then use a word dial at the end. For carboxylic acid, the format used is alkane dioic acid. That means write the name of that chain according to a alkane family depending on how many carbon atoms are present, and then use the word dioic acid at the end. Let's see with the help of example. The first one, in which you can see there are two formyl groups are present, hence it is a aldehyde, and you have to write the name of this aldehyde in the format alkane diol. So count first number of carbon present in this. There are two carbons are present, hence it is a ethane, because we know that in alkane family if two carbons are present then the name of compound is ethane. Then write the name of first ethane and then use the word diol at the end, hence its name is ethane diol. In second example, you see that there are two carboxyl functional groups are present. So you have to write the name of this compound in the format alkane dioic acid. Again, two carbons are present, hence its name is ethane, and use the word dioic acid at the end, hence the name of this compound is ethane dioic acid. Next, in case of alicyclic compound, that is a ring compound, in which formyl group or carboxylic group is directly attached to the ring. At that time, you have to derive the name for aldehyde in the format that is cycloalkane carbaldehyde. That is, you have to write first word cyclo, then alkane depending on how many carbons are present in particular ring, and then use the word carbaldehyde at end. For carboxylic acid, the format used is cycloalkane carboxylic acid. Write the word cyclo, then name of alkane depending on how many carbons are present in that ring, and then use the word carboxylic acid at the end. Let's see with the help of example. In this ring, you can see that there is a 6-member ring, and on which this formyl group, that is the aldehydic functional group, is present. So first write the word cyclo, then name of alkane, because it is a 6-member or 6 carbons are present in this ring, hence it is a cyclohexane, and use the word carbaldehyde at the end because aldehydic functional group is present, hence the name of this compound is cyclohexane carbaldehyde. Let's see another example. The ring on which carboxyl functional group is present, ring having a 6 carbon, or it is a 6-member ring if you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So, and it is a cyclic ring, hence use the word cyclo, then name of alkane having a 6 carbons and it is also a hexane, and use the word carboxylic acid at the end. Hence the name of this compound is cyclohexane carboxylic acid. Let's see how to derive the name of substituted aromatic aldehyde and carboxylic acid. When two or more different functional groups are attached to a ring, that is the benzene ring or a aromatic ring, the higher priority group is given lower number. That means we have to start a numbering from that functional group which have a higher priority. When CHO group, that is the functional group of aldehyde, which is called formyl group, is appear as a substituent. That means if two or more functional group are present and in that this CHO group have a lowest priority group, at that time use a prefix formyl in IUPAC name. First, let's see the order of priority of functional group. This is the order of priority of functional group. In this you can see that carboxylic group have a highest priority and this carbon-carbon triple bond have a lowest priority. This is in this way it is going to decrease. Let's see few examples related to this point. First, in which you can see on benzene ring there are 3 substituents are present. Out of that 3 substituents, one is a functional group of aldehyde, that is the formyl group. Next one is a methyl group and another one is a hydroxyl group. We know that this methyl group having the lowest priority because it is the alkyl group. These 2 functional group, out of these 2 functional group, if you observe in priority order, you can see that this formyl group have a highest priority as compared to hydroxyl group. Hence, we are starting a number from that carbon on which highest priority group is present. Hence, it come at a lower number because it having a number 1, this one is a 2, this one is a 3 and this one is a 4. Now, once you give a numbering to a carbon according to a priority, then for writing the name in IUPAC system, first write the name of substituent according to with their locant. So at carbon number 4, hydroxyl group is present. At carbon number 3, this methyl group is present. So put their name according to alphabetical order. Alphabetically, hydroxyl comes first and methyl comes second. Hence, the name of this compound is 4-hydroxy 3-methyl benzaldehyde. Let's see the next example. In next example, also you can see on benzene ring 3 substituents are present. One is a carboxyl functional group, second one is a hydroxyl group, and third one is a methyl group. We know that out of all these substituents, the priority of this carboxyl is very higher. Hence, we are giving the carbon on which this carboxyl group is present as a carbon number 1. Hence, the next carbon is carbon number 2. Next carbon is carbon number 3 on which hydroxyl group is present. And the next carbon on which methyl is present is a carbon number 4. It appears as a carbon number 4. So, writing the name of this compound, first write the name of this substituent in alphabetical order. So, name of substituent out of these two, the hydroxyl comes first and then methyl comes, and the remaining compound is a acid and it is a benzene. Hence, it is a benzoic acid. Hence, the IUPAC name of this compound is 3-hydroxy 4-methyl benzoic acid. Let's see the next example. In next example, you can see that on benzene ring, two functional groups are present. One is a formyl group, another one is a carboxylic group. And we know that carboxylic group having a highest priority as compared to aldehyde. Hence, we are giving this carbon as a carbon number 1, and the carbon on which formyl group is present is come as a carbon number 2. We also studied that when aldehyde having the lowest priority, or if it is appearing as a substituent, then use a word or use a prefix formyl for this group. Hence, the name of this compound is 2-formyl benzoic acid. In this way, we can do or we can decide the name of substituted aromatic aldehyde and carboxylic acid in IUPAC nomenclature system. Let's see few more examples from this point. This chart shows the structure, travel names and IUPAC names of carboxylic acid and also aldehyde. We already studied few more examples of this type. Let's see this one because we didn't study such type of structure. If suppose carbon-carbon double bond or triple bond present in a compound having general in which functional group aldehyde or carboxylic acid is present, at that time the similar format we have to be used. That is, we are using a format for carbon-carbon single bond chain is present. That is, we are using a format that is the replacing E of alkane by OIC acid for carboxylic acid and replacing E of alkane by Al for aldehyde. So similarly, that format we have to be used for deciding the name of such type of compound. First, select the hydrocarbon chain including a functional group. So this one is the main parent chain in which this carboxyl functional group is present. Then the carbon of this functional group, that is carboxyl, is a carbon number 1. Then the next carbon is carbon number 2 and the next carbon is carbon number 3. There are total 3 carbons are present, hence it is a propane according to alkane. But there is a double bond is present, hence it is a propene. And for propane, we have to first include the position of double bond. So the position of double bond is carbon number 2, hence the name of propene is prop2ene. And now for deciding or deriving IUPAC name of this compound, in this carboxylic functional group is present, you have to replace E of that prop2ene by OIC acid. Hence the name is prop2enoic acid. Similarly, for aldehyde, select longest hydrocarbon chain including a functional group, then give a number according to a rule, that is carbon in functional group having a carbon number 1, next carbon is the carbon number 2, then next carbon is the carbon number 3. Then first derive the name according to alkane, alkene or alkyne. Here double bond is present, hence it belongs to a alkene. There are 3 carbons are present, hence it is a propene. Include the position of double bond. Double bond is starting at carbon number 2, hence it is prop2ene. And for writing the name of this compound containing aldehydic functional group, Replace E of that prop2-ene by Al. Hence, the name is prop2-enar. We already studied the examples of this type. Hence, we are not repeating it. If you have any query or any question regarding this point, you can ask in comment. The next point is nomenclature of ketones. In that first point is the trivial names of aliphatic ketones. For writing the trivial names of aliphatic ketones, write the names of two alkyl or two aryl groups attached to a carbon-carbon in alphabetical order, and then write a word ketone at the end. Let's see with the help of example. In first structure, you can see CS3, CO, CS3. In this ketone, 2-methyl group is attached to a carbonyl carbon. For writing the name of this compound, first write the name of this 2-methyl group. Here, both alkyl group are same. Hence, use the word di, the name of this alkyl group, and then at the end, the word ketone. Hence, the name of compound is dimethyl ketone. In next example, you can see that the alkyl groups attached to a carbonyl carbon are, one is a ethyl and another one is a N-propyl. So put their name in alphabetical order and write a word ketone at the end. Hence the name is ethyl N-propyl ketone. In substituted aliphatic ketone, the position of substituent is indicated by labeling the carbon as a alpha, beta, gamma, and so on. If on alkyl part of the ketone substituents are present, then for writing the name of such compound, indicate the substituent with proper locant or with proper labeling using a word alpha, beta, and gamma. The carbon atom adjacent to carbonyl carbon is labeled as a alpha carbon, the next one is a beta carbon, and next so on. Let's see with the help of example. In this example, you can see the two alkyl parts bonded to a carbonyl carbon. Out of that, one is a N-propyl and another one is having a 2 carbon, hence it is a ethyl. But on ethyl carbon, there is a chlorine substituent is present. For indicating or labeling this substituent, we have to label this carbon as a alpha, beta, and so on. So the carbon next to a carbonyl carbon is a alpha carbon, and the carbon next to that alpha is a beta carbon. In this way, we have to first label this carbon and then write the name of compound. For writing the name of compound, first write the name of substituent with their locant, that is the substituent is chlorine and it is present at alpha carbon, hence its name as a alpha chloro. Then the alkyl part, write the name of alkyl part. Here one is a ethyl, another one is a propyl. So first ethyl, write the name of ethyl. So it is alpha chloroethyl N-propyl ketones. Next we'll study aromatic ketones. A ketone in which carbonyl carbon is attached to a benzene ring is named as a phenone. Let's see with the help of example. That is, a ketone in which a carbonyl carbon is attached to a benzene is named as a phenone. That means this part is a phenone part. And for writing the name of this aromatic ketone, the two alkyl part which are bonded to a carbonyl carbon, one is a methyl group, another one is a benzene which is called phenyl in IUPAC. Hence the name is methyl phenyl ketone, and the another name is acetophenone because this part is considered as a aceto part and this part is called or named as a phenone. Hence it is the second name of this compound is acetophenone. Another example is that when two benzene rings are bonded to a carbonyl carbon, hence it is a diphenyl ketone, and the another part is that this part is called phenone, that is carbonyl carbon attached to a benzene ring is called phenone, and the another part is a benzene, hence it is a benzophenone. And another name is there are two similar groups are present which are phenyl groups, hence the another name is diphenyl ketone. Next point is how to write the IUPAC names of aliphatic ketones. For this, we have to write the name of aliphatic ketone in this format, that we have to replace the E of alkane by O-N-E, hence it becomes a alkanone. First, select the longest chain of carbon atom containing a ketone carbonyl group as a parent carbon and then number it from the end which is closer to the carbonyl carbon. That means the end which is close to the carbonyl carbon, from that we have to start the numbering. Let's see with the help of example. In this, if you observe, the carbonyl carbon is present at the center of this longest chain. Hence, we can start numbering from here also and here also. So it is 1, 2, 3. There are 3 carbons are present. So it is propane. And for writing the name of this ketone, you have to replace the E of that propane by ONE. So its name is propanone. Next, here you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons are present, and from this end the carbonyl carbon is near. Hence, start numbering of this carbon chain from this end. This is carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2, this one is carbon 3, this one carbon 4, and this one is carbon 5. There are total 5 carbons are present. Hence, according to alkane, its name is pentane. But for writing the name of this ketone, you have to replace the E of that pentane by ONE. Hence, it is pentanone. And for indicating the position of this carbonyl carbon, you have to write the locant of this carbon in before ONE. Hence, the name of this compound is pentane 2-ONE. That is ONE. When 2 carbonyl groups are present, means if in any structure 2 carbonyl groups are present, then write the name of that compound in this format. First write the name of alkane part, then locant of ketonic carbonyl group, separating with comma, and then add dione at the end. For example, in this example you can see 2 carbonyl groups are present. So start the numbering from that end which is closer to the carbonyl. If we start it from here, it is 1, 2, 3. The carbonyl carbon is come at 3rd position. But if we start from this end, then the carbonyl carbon is come at 2nd position. Hence it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There are total 6 carbons are present. Hence it is a hexane. Then write the locant of this ketonic group. One is at the 2nd position and another is at the 4th position. It is 1, 4. And then dione, add word dione. That is, it is hexane 2,4-dione. In this way, we can write the name of or IUPAC name of aliphatic ketone. In case of polyfunctional ketone, means if more than one functional group is present in ketone, higher priority group is given lower number. As we already studied in aldehyde or carboxylic acid, that higher priority group is given lower number. When ketonic carbonyl group is appear as a substituent, when ketonic carbonyl group have a lowest priority as compared to any other functional group is present there, then use a prefix oxo for ketonic carbonyl group in IUPAC name. In alicyclic ketones, carbonyl carbon is numbered as a 1. If alicyclic or cyclic ketone is present, at that time the carbon or the carbonyl carbon in particular ring have a number 1. Let's see with the help of example. In this you can see that this is a cyclic compound and this one is a carbonyl carbon. We know that carbonyl carbon is a carbon oxygen having double bond. So this one is a carbonyl carbon, hence it having a number 1. Next carbon is a 2 number, and next carbon on which methyl substituent is present is the carbon number 3rd. According to that, we have to write the name of this compound. That is, it is a 3-methyl. It is cyclic, hence use the word cyclo. It is 6-member rings, hence use the word hexane, and replace the E of that hexane by ONE. Hence it is 3-methyl cyclohexanone. In this way, we can write the name or the IUPAC name of the compound. Let's see a few more examples of these ketones. The first one is a compound, that is CS3COCS3. Travel name here we can write it that first write the name of this alkyl group. If they are similar, then use the word di. If they are different, then write their name according to alphabetical order. So travel name of this compound is acetone or a dimethyl ketone. The IUPAC name is that we have to write the name in the format that replace E of alkane by ONE. So there are 3 carbons are present, hence it is a propane, but replace E of that propane by ONE, so its name is propanone. we can write the name of these two compound by similar rule. Then the next one is that substituted ketone. Here you can see that there is a bromine at this carbon which is next to the carbonyl carbon. So indicate this with proper locant. That is the carbon which is next to the carbonyl carbon is the alpha carbon, and at alpha carbon bromine is present. Hence its name is alpha bromo. And there are two carbons present in this alkyl part of the ketone. Hence it is a ethyl. The another alkyl part is the N-propyl, and at the end use the word ketone. Hence its name is alpha bromo ethyl N-propyl ketone. For writing the IUPAC name of this compound, we have to consider this carbonyl group as we have to start the numbering from that end which is near to the carbonyl carbon. But if you observe from this, if you begin it, the carbon, it is 1, this one is the second carbon, this one is the third carbon, that is the carbonyl carbon is come at the third position. Then this one is 4, this one is 5, and this one is a 6. So first write the name of substituent with their locant, that is it is present at second carbon, hence it is a 2-bromo. Total carbons are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hex. Then it is a hexane, so replace of E of that hexane with ONE, including the position of carbonyl carbon. Hence the name of this compound is 2-bromo hexane 3-ONE. Next compound having a trival name methyl oxide, and for writing the IUPAC name of this compound, you have to select the longest hydrocarbon chain including carbonyl carbon. So you have to select this chain, this 1, 2, 3. There are two methyl groups. One is considered as a substituent on this methyl, and another one is a part of the parent chain. So we are starting the numbering from this end because this end is close to the carbonyl carbon. Hence carbonyl carbon is coming at the second position. At third position, double bond is coming, and also a methyl group is coming at this position. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. At fourth, this carbon, one methyl is present. Hence it is a 4-methyl. Total carbon in parent chain is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one 5. So it is a pentane. And because it is double bond, hence it is a pentene. Include the locant of this double bond in that pentene. So it is coming at third carbon, hence it is a pent3-ene. Then at the end, replace E of that pentene with ONE, including the position of this carbonyl carbon. And carbonyl carbon is coming at the second position, hence its name is 4-methyl pent3-ene 2-ONE. In this way, we can write the name of this compound. Let's see one more example, that is this one. In this, you can see that alicyclic compound in which carbonyl carbon is present. So we know that the carbonyl carbon having the carbon 1, the next carbon is carbon 2 on which chlorine is present. This one is third carbon and this one is fourth carbon at which methyl group is present. So first write the name of substituent with including their position according to alphabetical order. So we know that chloro is come first, then the methyl according to alphabetical order. So first one is a 2-chloro 4-methyl. It is 6-member cyclic ring, hence it is cyclohexane. Replace E of the cyclohexane by ONE, including the position of ketonic group or carbonyl group. Hence the name of compound is 2-chloro 4-methyl cyclohexanone. Or we can say it cyclohexane 1-ol. Let's solve this problem. Write IUPAC name for the following compounds. For writing the name of all these compounds, first we have to find out the functional group present in these compounds. In first compound, if you observe, the functional group is COH, that is formyl group. Hence, this compound is a aldehyde. And we know that name of aldehyde is written in the format that E of alkane is replaced by Al, that is alkanal. For writing the IUPAC name of this compound, first give a numbering to each and every carbon because it is a substituted aldehyde, or this side chain of this aldehyde or alkyl part of this aldehyde is substituted because at this carbon 2 bromines are present, at this carbon 2 methyl groups are present. And we know that the carbonyl carbon in aldehyde is always first carbon. Hence, using this rule, first give a numbering to all carbon. In this way, you can see that the parent alkyl group containing 6 carbon. Hence, it is a hexane, and from hexane, it becomes a hexanal. For writing IUPAC name, first write the name of substituent including their locant and the name of substituent according to alphabetical order. So bromine comes first and methyl comes second. So write down the name of bromine including their locant. There are 2 bromines, hence we are using word dibromo. There are 2 methyl, hence we are using word 2-methyl. And at the end, the parent hydrocarbon name. Hence the name of this compound is 5,5-dibromo 2,2-dimethyl hexanal. Next compound in this, you can see carbonyl carbons are present, and at the both side of this carbonyl carbon alkyl groups are present. Hence it is a ketonic functional group. But in this ketonic functional group, 2 ketonic carbons are present. So writing first the name of this compound, first select the longest hydrocarbon chain and give a numbering to each and every carbon. So if we starting from this carbon, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you considering this as a main or parent hydrocarbon chain, that it include a 10 carbon. And if you are considering this as a parent carbon chain, that it contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, only 9 carbon. So we know that you have to select the longest hydrocarbon chain, and here the longest hydrocarbon chain contains 10 carbon. Then give a numbering to each carbon. For giving the numbering to each carbon, we are starting a numbering from that end to which carbon is closer, or to that end to which carbon is nearer. So we are beginning it from this end, because if you are coming from this end, it is too away from this end, and to this end it is too close. Hence we are numbering first in this way, that is this carbon is carbon 1, this one is 2. At third carbon, carbon is present. Fourth carbon is also carbonyl carbon. At fifth carbon, 2 methyl substituent are present. At 7 carbon, ethyl substituent is present. So writing the name of this compound, first write the name including locant of substituent in alphabetical order. We know that ethyl comes first, then methyl. So first one is a 7-ethyl, then at 5 carbon, 2 methyl are present. Hence it is a 5,5-dimethyl hydrocarbon chain having a 10 carbon. Hence it is a decane. At third and fourth carbon, ketonic carbonyl groups are present. Hence it is 3,4-dione. The name of this compound is 7-ethyl 5,5-dimethyl decane 3,4-dione. Next compound, that is the third, in which aldehyde group is present. Hence it is a aldehyde, and we know that the name of aldehyde given in the format that E of alkane is replaced by Al. There is no substituent is present. We are starting a numbering from that carbon, which is a carbonyl carbon. Hence there are total 5 carbons are present in parent chain. So it is a pentane. Replace E of pentane by Al. Hence it is a pentanal. Next compound is aromatic aldehyde, because this formyl group is directly attached to a benzene ring, and we know that the carbon on which this functional group is present is the carbon number 1. Then the next carbon is carbon number 2, next one is carbon number 3, and next one is carbon number 4. That means at third and fourth carbon, 2 substituents are present which are methyl, and use the word dimethyl, 3,4-dimethyl. It is a benzene and it is a aldehyde. So replace E of benzene by aldehyde. So name of this compound is 3,4-dimethyl benzaldehyde. Next compound is a cyclic ketone. In this, the carbonyl carbon is having a number 1. Next carbon is carbon 2. Next is 3, and this one is 4. That means at second and fourth carbon, methyl groups are present, which are the substituents, and substituents are similar. Hence we are using the word dimethyl, including their locant. Hence it is a 2,4-dimethyl. Ring is a 6-member. Hence we are using the word cyclohex, and replacing E of that hexane by ONE. Hence the name of this compound is 2,4-dimethyl cyclohexanone. Next question is, draw structure for the following. first compound is given, that is the 2-methyl pentanal. At the end, Al word is come, hence it is a aldehyde. So one end of this compound having a aldehyde group, parent chain having a 5 carbon because it is a pentane, and at carbon number 2, methyl group is present because 2-methyl is a substituent. So the structure of this compound is this one. Here you can see this one is carbon 1, this one is carbon number 2, and the second carbon methyl is present, and the total carbon in parent chain is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hence it is a 2-methyl pentanal. Next is a hexane 2-ONE. It is hexane. There is no cyclo word is used, hence it is not a cyclic compound. It is a longest hydrocarbon compound in which 6 carbons are present, and at the second carbon, carbonyl group is present. Hence the structure is this one. If you considering this as a carbon number 1, then it is a carbon number 2, and at carbon number 2 is a carbonyl carbon, and the total carbons in this chain is a 6. Hence it is a structure of hexane 2-ONE, that is hexane 2-ONE. If you find this is the useful video, then don't forget to subscribe this channel and don't forget to like and share this video. Thank you.